All right, folks. Yeah, it wasn't live yet because I had to ask Rebecca how to do it. Yeah, I gotta switch. Crap, no, how do I do that? All right, give me a second, guys. Are we there? All right, cool, I'm back. All right, so I gotta finish up my, crap, how do we turn this to watch you while I'm doing live?
I have no clue.
What's that?
I guess in the background.
Boom, okay, cool. There's a gorilla. All right, so I've got to finish 2 more rounds of biceps, wrist rolls, cable pulls, and battle ropes. So Gorilla's going to answer questions while I'm doing that. Then we're going to start his workout. All right.
Where do the questions pop up?
They should be on the left-hand side of the screen there.
Oh.
You see them?
Yeah.
Anybody there? Say hi.
Yeah, it looks like there's 21 people.
Now this is just about 75% of my maintenance weight week. Week 1, I got 2 weeks because I just got stem cells. Oh, what? Tomorrow will be 21 days. So I got stem cells 21 days ago. What you got, Corey? Anybody say anything? You gotta talk, homie. You gotta talk.
People just, yeah. People saying hi. What's your thoughts on Bob Brown picking the monster over Levin?
I say Bob Brown's a smart dude. What do y'all think?
What chances does Chafee have against Levin? What do you
I think he's got good chances, man. If he can, keep his hand, get the match turned inside.
John Hancock says hello.
What's up, John?
James Hilton says hi.
So, Gorilla, tell them what you're going to do today. What's your workout going to be?
I guess we're going to do some back.
You're going to do some back. I'm not doing that.
John Nixon says hi.
What's up, John Nixon?
Jose Pera says hi.
It's Q&A, baby. It's Q&A. I'm asking questions.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start this. I'm going to do that. And then I'll just do a minute of ropes to finish. I'm going to talk about the Dave Chafee 11 thing here in a minute. There's a lot of people haven't dived into what I'm about to talk about, but it's actually the last 2 men to be considered #1 overall in the world on that ranking are going to be pulling each other.
Yeah. Someone said, how do you think John Brezink will do in top 8?
He's got good chances. He said he's going to make it to the first round. He'll train hard, for a shot at that 50 grand. I think Andre Baez is a favorite. But I think John, if he trains hard, it's John Brezink. What do you expect? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I spoke with Brian Corner about it yesterday. He's like, you can't count. You can't count him out.
Fucking John Brezink.
Yeah. Ernie says,
Ernie Thompson?
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, Unger Baev at that weight.
No, dude. He's a freak.
Is Prudnick in this?
No, he's in super still.
Because he used to come down to that weight, didn't he?
No, he never came down to it. That was his weight.
Gotcha.
He bulked up to the new weight.
I'd be real interested to see if he could beat Unger Baev at that weight.
Well, they pulled him for it,
Currently.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Getting the work in. So, what we talking about now? Anybody say anything? Are they leaving, Corey? Are they leaving because you're not talking?
There's 43 people on.
43. It was a last-minute decision to go live. I felt like if we could answer some questions, feel your workout.
What's the chances you join PAL someday?
Man, I doubt I'll be able to go to PAL because I have an exclusive contract. But I hope after I dominate the 2020 season, I can make a strong argument to pull through and win top 8 this year.
Who would you want to pull first this season if you could choose?
That's what I went for first.
Right?
I can choose. I'm the champ. I get to choose. I've been offered a match, and it will be announced Friday.
So apparently Rebecca's awake.
Yeah. Ollie woke Rebecca up at a little after 2 o'clock. Asshole.
Better him than me.
So straight bar pull for you. I'm gonna set up the stuff for Corey, and I'll take over the video. I've been doing my morning circuits, Corey, with me of bars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 15 rounds of ropes,
Cardio stuff.
wrist rolls, jumping jacks, and it hasn't been affecting me at all. So, of course, I'm maxing. So you're doing that whole stack, and then this is 210 this week. No, you did 210 last week, didn't you?
No clue.
180, 250, 210. You want to go 220 or 230?
230.
All right. I think we're set up.
Jason Lewis says hi from Mississippi.
What's up, what's up? All right, so you about ready to roll, Corey?
Yep.
All right, guys. We're about to time the Gorilla's back workout. 250-pound country crush, 30 partials, 230-pound low pulley rows country crush, 160-pound straight bar pull down, 200-pound bent over rows, 160-pound one arm rows, and 10 right and left cable pulls each round, 30 seconds of ropes. Hey, add all 3 of those plates on that. And 75-pound wrist rolls. How's my hand doing? If you don't mind, I'll talk about it. Yeah. So the hand fractured again at 5:06. I did get a stem cell shot in my wrist. So I'm hoping that that healing is going to take place in my hand as well. It's essentially healed all the way, but I don't know if it's healed to the factor where it won't refracture, right? But let me see, somebody asked a question up here. Do I think Jerry's your toughest match coming up season, depending on what happens? No. I think Jerry is a hard match for me with the thin strap. I've arm wrestled Jerry for 20 years, and I hadn't had a trouble with him in the last decade until WAL with that skinny ass strap. It's just the pressure that he puts plus the pressure that I put breaks my freaking metacarpal in my hand. So, you give me I've already tried the new strap that's been proposed. It feels really nice. It spreads out the pressure. So I think I 3-0 sweep Jerry whenever he's ready. Oh, Rebecca said Jerry's never an easy day. What she means is the matches are long. It's always easy for me, baby. Fan from Georgia here. What do you think about Levin's 120 kilo bicep curl? I think Levin is a freakishly strong individual, and I hope to get the opportunity to pull him someday. You ready to roll, Corey? Are you been counting your own reps? Because I'm going to be answering questions. All right, here we go. It's not starting. Hang on, I hadn't started yet. Here it is. How many you got, Corey? It's terrible for you. I bet it is, sweetheart. Come on, Corey West. All right, guys. So this is your chance. Oh, Dave Chafee and Levin. Here's what we got. So Andre Pushkar was number 1. I was number 2. Trubin was number 3. And Chafee was number 4. This is all 2017 Zloty, right? Well, Trubin gains like 20 or 30 pounds, and he's posting all these pictures. So without either one of us, Levin would smash me. Well, let's see it. Without either one of them competing, without either me or Trubin competing, they redo the rankings, and they move Trubin to number 2, drop me to number 3. Well, then I lose to Pushkar 4-2, and then Dave beats Trubin 4-0, 6-0, whatever it was. I think he got injured 6-0. So then Dave moves up to number 2. Andre's number 1, and I'm still sitting I'm still sitting. Where am I sitting? Maybe I got dropped to 4th or something. I don't remember how it went. But then then Trubin beats Pushkar in the heavyweight division of the Moldova, and then he doesn't pull the overalls. Pushkar wins the overalls. But now, because of that, they redo the rankings. Did you do wrist rolls already? You did, didn't you? So they redo the rankings, and they move Dave to number 1 and tie Pushkar and Trubin for number 2. So now Dave Chafee has the overall number 1 ranking. Well, without Levin pulling Dave, Dave pulls Gennady, wins 4-2. Levin pulls Trubin, wins 6-0. And then now magically, Levin's number one in the world. So Dave became number one in the world without beating the reigning number one. Levin became number one in the world without beating the reigning number one, which was Dave. So now we get to find out who is better between the two guys who've most recently held the overall number one in the world. Where, of course, I believe at one point in there I was the number one in the world. But I'm excited to see Dave and Levin go at it. I'm obviously cheering for Dave. And hopefully I'll get my crack at some point this year at that overall number one in the world spot. So I haven't seen any other quick monster. You seem fixated on Devin. No, I think Devin's fixated on me. I don't have to worry about Devin. I'm the champ. He's got to come try to take what's mine. Funny thing is, people keep talking about him getting his hammer back. The only hammer he's ever held is that lightweight 225 hammer. He never had his hands on a heavyweight hammer, and I'm not going to let him. No, I didn't beat Chafee easy. Chafee's a beast. I was very well prepared for that match, and my style just presents problems for Dave, but Dave's a bad dude. Well, see, this is another one of those over-exaggerations. Levin's arm is bigger than yours and the Gorilla's together. What that means is Gorilla's got a 23-inch arm, I got a 21-inch arm. You're telling me Levin has greater than a 44-inch arm. See, you got to be accurate when y'all say stuff like that. Now, he is a bad dude. No, I mean, I don't know. I think Levin is the top of the heap for sure. I mean, he's the guy that you have to beat to be number one. But at the same time, I feel like he can't stake a claim at the overall number one in the world without beating me. That's just my opinion. How you doing, Corey? What's it looking like? You killing it? I mean, he definitely could lose his hand to me. I don't know what his skill of his press is. But the thing is, it's just going to matter. The difference is, if I can stop the match, a different version of me takes over at that point. A lot of mine has to do with confidence. And if I believe I deserve to be in the match, if I believe I'm strong enough to be in the match, it's very hard to beat a confident me. So if I can stop the match, I have a lot of faith that I could come out on top. It's just, do I have the strength to stop him? I mean, I did stop Pushkar's hit. I stopped some Plinkov's hit. You got to figure he can't be a lot stronger than those guys, but you never know until I grip up with him. See, someone just said Dave's not as big or strong as he was before, and they said that's a fact. I don't know what the biggest Dave Chase's ever been, but he weighed in at like 128 point something kilos, and that's like 285 pounds almost, 283. I am down to 10% battery, guys, so I don't know how long this one's gonna last. But yeah, as far as confidence, man, my confidence, I'm confident in my work. I'm confident in my desire to win. I believe wholeheartedly, to beat me now, you literally have to be able to just sweep right through me. If the match stops, I think I have as many options as anyone on the table, and I just think I have a heart that won't be matched, in my opinion. But I said this on a live broadcast the other day. I have an opportunity. Very few times in life do people have an opportunity to be perfect. And I started on Sunday, and I will do perfect nutrition until I have my hammer defense. I will have perfect training and workouts until my hammer defense, so that on that day I have a perfect performance. So I think nutrition is one of the best ways for someone to actually have an opportunity to be perfect. You got to switch it out to the, what are you doing now? Cable pulls, yeah. And because every single day we make a decision on what we put in our body. And for me, I look at this sport as a professional sport, and I look at myself as a professional athlete, and I'm going to treat myself the same. So big things on the line, this season. If I can retain the hammer for a fourth season, then that'll be something that's never been done before, especially in the open weight category. And I believe the opportunities that potentially could come with that are worth the sacrifices I'm willing to make. Celebrations with family and eating this, eating that. I mean, I'm a foodie if you guys don't know. So the next, this prep will be the best I've ever done. Somebody said I won't accept them on Facebook. You left me on reading Corey's Facebook. I'm desperately trying to find training partners in Kansas City. Nobody wants to come to the city. Tell Corey. You got a lot of people around that area. You got Don Underwood. You know, Ron Johnston. What'd you say? Brian Corner. And I can't think, the Psycho Arm Sports, they're all around that area. Just get on Facebook and ask for folks, man. Oh, Nick Zana's there. Yeah, I think Dave is in better shape than what he is. I mean, you got to trust a man when they tell you, right? And Dave says he's strong, so I think he's strong. You know what I'm saying? You don't know until, like, I think this year will be the best version of me ever. And last year, I was the strongest version of me ever, you know? So if the man says he's strong, I believe he's strong. Oh, so, yeah, I mean, his neck. See, people think he had surgery. From what I understand, he didn't have surgery. He had nerve damage, you know. Is Corey going to compete in a WL event this year? We don't know. We hope so. He says he'll definitely do a local event for sure, but I hope we get him on a card. Just depends on Psycho Arm Sports. That's what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, they're an hour away. But, dude, I mean, Corey drives an hour and 15 minutes 2 to 3 days a week just to train for me, and he's done it for a year. So it just depends on, you know, how bad you want to get with other guys. Now, you can train. I mean, for years, I trained by myself. I didn't get on the table very often. Mosier lost to Bowen at an event where there was a lot more matches. Like, I mean, he'd already pulled, I think, a super match before all that. Now, I'm not saying that Bowen couldn't beat him now. Corey just wasn't ready for that speed, you know. But I think a motivated Corey is going to be a hard guy to beat anyway. We got 99 people, we got 100 people here, Corey, watching you train. I don't think anybody's called you a bum yet. Woo! Have you done bent over rows yet?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is it? What do you do next? Oh, one arm rows. I was going to say, damn, you're finishing this thing quick. How much weight am I trying to gain? Well, this morning I weighed 254.2 stripped. I expect the last 3 to 4 weeks of my prep, I'll go to about 7,000 calories a day. So my plan is to lean out even more because I won't have any junk meals. Probably drop a couple inches in my waist and try to come in around 270 to 275. You know, it won't be lean muscle. It'll be muscle fullness, right? My muscle bellies will just be fuller. I'll be leaner. But I'm trying to go back and see what we got here. Oh, I live in Arkansas. Somebody asked where I live. I live in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Mitchell Phelps Pizza. I am all about some pizza. That's going to be my celebration after I defend the hammer. Would I prefer WL pad against Levin? See, I mean, a lot of people think I'm only successful in the WL. My pins on Pushkar and some Plinkoff were all on WAF standard pads, you know, so I don't think it's going to matter one way or the other. The biggest thing is I have to match his back pressure, and my pronation has to be stronger than his cup. And if I can do that, he'll fall into the trap. You know what I mean? Well, it's not about believing you about Dave's weight. I'm just saying I never knew Dave being bigger than 280, 290, and he's 280, 128.8 or something. I mean, that's like 284 pounds. I mean, so.
230 something.
No, it wasn't.
He pulled the smaller class, didn't he?
It's a decade ago, Corey. You're brand new to arm wrestling. You can't talk about shit from. He pulled 2009 220s at my nationals. In 2010, he won the right and left nationals at 242, and he won the WAF Worlds at 242. But yeah, he hasn't pulled 42s in 10 years. No. But he is a massive individual. Somebody said he was 135 kilos in 2004. You talking about Dave Chafee who's 135 kilos? No way in hell. Dave Chafee's never been over 300. 135 is huge. What's that, like 315? Yeah, he's never been that big. No, not even close. Yeah, Corey's doing high rep circuits. Absolutely, he's doing high rep circuits because high rep circuits make you a badass arm wrestler. But he asked if you ever do 1 reps. Yeah, he did a 525 bench about a week and a half ago, and he did 405 for 16 earlier this week. But yeah, it's hard to do 1 rep maxes when you're doing the whole stacks for 30, you know what I'm saying? It's when you're coming to machine weights. Yeah, 1 rep in arm wrestling. I never do 1 rep in arm wrestling. I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't think 1 rep strength matters in any sport personally. If you're a lineman, you're not going to hold anybody for a second. You're going to hold them on the line for 4 or 5 seconds while that play's going, right? So 1 rep max strength to me, I think is great for your confidence, but in my opinion, it doesn't make you a better athlete or make you stronger for this sport. Static holds, all those things are great. A lot of people do them. I've just found a way that training that works best for me, and it's volume. It's like if you look at Corey, he's got BFRs on. He just completed 11 minutes and 50 seconds, 150 reps of back, 2.5 minutes of ropes, 5 rounds of 75-pound reverse wrist rolls, forward wrist rolls, and 160-pound 3-inch Raptor cable pulls, 10 each arm, right and left for 5 rounds. So what do you think about it, Corey? How you feeling?
Good.
Feeling good? Well, apparently you suck because we lost 10 viewers because we're only down to 90 now.
Blaming on you.
See, 1 rep happens on the table. I don't see it. I mean, unless you're flashing somebody. I mean, the match goes longer. What do you think about that?
I'm sure he's talking about like what Bowen trains where you get the.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean,
It's just a gauge.
yeah, I mean, it's all great. It's all great. But I mean, when they say go, the matches are going to take a while, right? So you got to be able to handle that constant load. You got to be able to, you got to be adjust. You got to be strong in all the different areas, in my opinion. I mean, 1 rep max training, statics training is great for people. I just don't do it.
I don't think 1 rep makes you stronger at anything. I think it's just a gauge.
Yeah.
I think you have to do 3 to 5 sets even if you're powerlifting to gain strength, in my opinion.
Yeah, everyone does have to find what works. I agree with that, Daniel. But yeah, this style of training has allowed me to think about that. I'm 46. I'll be 47 this year. And the last 2 years, I've been the last 2 years I've been the strongest I've ever been, and I've made gains every year without the only injuries I've had are the fractures in my hand from the thin strap. So what that means is I'm training heavy loads, but because it's high volume, it's in a way that less likely for me to incur injury, you know? And the key to this, in my opinion, in all sports, is some of the best athletes in the world, we may never know because they got injured before we got to see them fulfill the potential. So any way you can train without getting injuries or injured, in my opinion, just makes you better. How's the stem cell therapy going? So I'm super excited. Tomorrow will be 21 days since I got the stem cells. I did 2 weeks of 50% of my maintenance workouts, and I just did my 3rd workout of my 75% maintenance for my week 1. So I'll have another week of 75%. I haven't done any arm wrestling for 4 weeks, because I didn't arm wrestle. I haven't arm wrestled. We arm wrestled before I went and got stem cells, didn't we, a little bit? But yeah, so it'll be roughly 5 weeks before our arm wrestle. And on week 5, I'll go back to my maintenance workouts, which is the lighter stuff, still light. And then I'll start peaking from there. This dude is serious about Dave Chafee. Search pictures of him and you'll see him in his prime. Just message Dave Chafee and ask him what he's weighing. Great to see this arm wrestling related live video. Have a great day, Michael. By the way, what do you think of Saban? He has wins over some great arm wrestlers, Levin, Travis. Saban's a bad dude. His win on Travis is way more recent. A 2017 European win or whatever it was on Levin was awesome because it was redemption for him. But I think the Levin that we see today is a different Levin. But watching that match also gives me hope that my pro nation would be strong enough to flatten out Levin's hand and stop the match, you know. Levin is a bad dude. And like I said, he may be the very, very top. You know, he may be the pinnacle, but I do believe I think I have a decent shot, you know. I think I got a decent shot. Yeah, there's a big weight difference, 160, 170 kilos to Dave's 128. Now, Dave could come in, you know, what could he come in at? What do you think? He could be 130. No, 135 was 297. I was wrong. 139 was 297. So he might have been up to 297. You're right. Huh?
I saw a message.
Corey just messaged him. Thanks, plus. Is that +5? +5. Can't wait for my next match. I appreciate it. I don't know if the stem cells, what I'm hoping is, I'm hoping the stem cells do what they say, which is strengthen the joint and heal all the soft tissue, right? That's the plan. That's my hope. But yeah, I'm excited. Monster's always right. Now, if I'm ever wrong, I admit it. But yeah, dude. So who likes these live? Like this was an impromptu. I didn't decide to do this for like 15 minutes. Corey didn't even know we were going to. Is Corey ready to beat the monster? He will say on the left arm, 50% of the time he's the best in the state. But I'm gonna say 45% of the time he's the best. But yeah, no, Corey's strong, man. He's strong right now.
It's probably realistically more like 10% if we're really going. But
Who cares? Yeah, he's. I'm telling you, that 405 for 60. So my previous best strength-wise on bench press, when I was in 2007, which is a long-ass time ago, I did a 520, and I did a 405 for 13. So those were my best ever lifts. Well, then Corey beat my 520 a week and a half ago with a 525. And the other day he sends me a video, and I didn't see that he said 16 reps. So I'm watching this shit going, okay, he's going to beat me, he's going to beat me. And then I saw that it was 16 reps. I'm like, damn, he just blew my reps out of the water. But, yeah, Monster, will you arm wrestle Wagner again, left again? Absolutely. If my stem cells do what I think they'll do to my left arm, I will be very confident in pressing and everything else with that left arm, and I'll go head-to-head with Wagner. I love Wagner. He's a great dude. But, yeah, I'd love to see that match, especially with the history he had. Could you imagine that match hyped up in the WAL? The guy who blew my arm apart? That would be some epic shit right there. No. Don't give Wagner stem cells. That's wrong. Let me have the stem cells and Wagner not.
Wagner's good
But,
for the sport.
oh, right arm? No, my right. I mean, Wagner's a great dude, but I don't think his right's. He's had some injuries to his hand. I mean, my right, there's only a handful of people in the world that I think have a shot at my right arm, you know.
He brings a whole nother level of, I don't know if you call it desire or crazy or what.
I love Wagner.
It's fun.
Wagner's awesome.
He's good for the sport.
See, people ask me this, do I train specifically for the King's move? Have you ever seen me train for the King's move? The King's move is cup, pronation, and back drag. So all I do is train for a top row. I train for all the things you need to be strong in a top row, and occasionally, oh yeah, he does need stem cells in his right arm. Occasionally, I will get stretched out, but I don't know if you guys have watched me the last couple of years. King's move, and this is what everybody talked about, was you're catching people, you're in a bone lock, you're catching on the arm. I'm open top row. I mean, no one's even got me to my bone the whole last season, did they? Dave in round 2 got me close to my bone. Like, if he'd have pushed much harder, I think I'd have had to stand up with that one. But, yeah, I mean, King's move, in my opinion, what people always say is you got a bone lock. Well, it's not a bone lock. Your arm only goes so straight, but mine was tendons that protect my bones from getting injured by holding them there before you get to that spot. Then you see me have to let up when someone gets me on my bone. But, yeah, I mean, I'm open top rolling, so I'm training like a top roll. All right, guys, I think my phone is about to die. Thank you for all the support. Mitchell Phelps, awesome. And I don't remember who the guy was that gave the $10 on my last thing. I meant to look, I took a picture of it to thank him on the next live, and this shit came so quick I forgot to do it. So the next live, I'm gonna give you a shout out. But I appreciate all the super chats, Mitchell Phelps. I appreciate you last week on that super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for the continued support. Like I said, this is gonna be a lot more of this style stuff. So the gym edition, hope my phone doesn't die. The gym edition is in full swing. We've ordered all the red iron to do this edition right here, 25 foot wide, 40 foot long. This is all gonna be AstroTurf. Gonna have all the trophies, all the awards, all the memorabilia, the framed world champion shirts and jerseys and everything. So I'm gonna do like Brian Shaw, once it gets going, do different stages of the gym build, and then, furnishing the gym and stuff. So hopefully I get that done so we can get a little bit of training in before this world title defense. Until next time, guys, thank you very much for the support, and we'll see you later.